I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I botched it. Did not do it intentionally. So we'll get started in just a second while people are kind of strolling in. I had a few people. This is kind of a last minute thing. I need to get better at pre-planning. I'm going to try to do this about on a weekly basis. But we're all working, right? Balancing between doing some client work, doing some things on YouTube, my own blog, running ads for clients and my wife and everything else. It's a lot going on, but that's a blessed life. That's a full, rich life. And then having 3 kids that you can see behind me. So let me know as we're going through this, if you like what you're hearing and seeing, and this isn't like I'm not pitching anything, I'm not doing anything like that. But if you kind of like this type of stuff, if you'd like to kind of maybe get some additional advice and tutorials as we're going through, let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know if I should do this on a weekly basis. I think our schedule is getting to where I could really sustain a weekly kind of live coaching or group, whatever you want to call this as we go through. Let me know how you're feeling as we go through. I'll also kind of let you know, this is the first time I've tried this. I think it's pretty awesome. I'll let you guys be the decider here. I currently should be streaming here in my actual webinar software, live webinar, which is pretty great. I think it's also still an AppSumo deal. It's one of the better ones on AppSumo that I've gotten. I'm very pleased with this. And I just got confirmation that I'm also streaming live to YouTube and streaming live to Facebook. And that was my wife coming by. Hey, Susie. Hey. So this is just me kind of geeking out as much as possible. Try to be as omnipresent as I can. And let me go ahead and see if I can open up the chat here. And if you can either hear me or see me on YouTube or Facebook, please leave a comment below as well. I want to make sure that that's all working before I kind of dive in, just so we kind of get things working. I said this would be about a 10 a.m. stream, so be curious to see if we get any takers leading up to the event. So I think we're looking pretty good here. So yeah, go ahead, and if you can hear me and see me, I'm going to put a little comment here in the chat. We'll see how that works. I'll double check that it's actually pushing through. Could you double check if I'm live on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm checking Facebook now. Cool. You're live on YouTube.
That's so cool. So Sam's here from New York City. Susie's here. Cool. So it's working on Facebook, YouTube, and live webinar. Yeah. Sometimes I'm proud of myself. Alrighty, cool. So I want to know. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, everybody. So we'll kind of get into it here. And I got your name correctly. Fantastic. Awesome. Bhavesh. I'll remember that one. So a lot we could talk about here. I want to leave this kind of open-ended. If you have any questions, kind of in general, I know I've been doing a lot of different content recently. I've talked a lot about different AppSumo deals, like WishList member just popped up. And I know a lot of you gave some really immediate and good feedback that you liked me kind of very cursory, very at a high level, walking through the platform. If you want me to dive deeper into that, actually, I have one of my clients here who is considering that stack for a project that is already underway. And so I might, save him some money and, save him some billable hours and do something kind of live and show you actually the setup process, how I would go about setting up a system like that. Let me know if that's of interest to you. If you have any other questions, feel free just to shoot them out here. And I need to train myself now because I've got live webinar chats, I've got YouTube chats, and I've got Facebook chats to kind of monitor here. So I'll do my best. But let me know. I also just want to make myself available. I do hourly consulting. And I'm not trying to sell you on this. I'm actually trying to do the opposite of sell you on it. I do hourly consulting. I love doing it. I love connecting with people and helping them. However, as you can see, I kind of have my fingers in a lot of different pots. I don't know if that's the right phrase. So I'm kind of spread a little bit. And while I love connecting on a one-to-one basis, it just doesn't scale that well. So I'm going to give this a shot for a little bit and see how this goes, as opposed to really focusing in on just the individual pieces. I feel like I can help more people and do greater things if I can help out more like this. So that's kind of my little introduction here. I'm going to test out a few things here. I'm going to go ahead and share one of my screens, if I can find the button for that. So let me share the screen, and I will share this guy, which means I need to move this out of the way now, I believe. Put that over there. Cool. So now I'm sharing my screen. If I'm looking over to one side here, it's just for doing what I'm doing here, I've got a couple screens to make it all work. So it looks like I'm sharing my screen. If you guys can, it looks like you can see it. If my screen is clear, if you can see it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up or let me know in any of the chats that you're on, and then we can dive into some pretty cool content today.
Yep, I see it.
Cool, cool. Thank you, Bhavesh. Oh, thank you, Andy, for letting me know that my consulting is worth every minute. I'd like to hear that. I might screen grab that and use that later for some my own nefarious marketing materials. All right, cool. Looks great. So what I think I could do here, I'm buddies with the people over at WishList member, Tracy. He's done a great job at kind of getting this deal together. And given that there's a couple of pieces of news I need to share with you. So one of the pieces of news is that ThriveCart's actual lifetime pricing, I have confirmation that it is ending. It's ending imminently. And this is not just like a marketing thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard it very much confirmed that at the end of the month, I don't know what the new pricing is going to be, but I think they're getting away from the lifetime pricing at the end of the month. So I think what would do best for you guys is if I kind of go through the process of building out a website using ThriveCart and WishList member, because of kind of the scarcity involved here. Not like bad scarcity, but truly the deals here we're not going to have access to in the future. So I think that's what I would like to do on this call today. Very good. Everything's well. And as I hear questions come in through any of the live chat channels, I'll kind of stay out here for maybe an hour or so. I've got other work I need to do as well, but I just want to spend some time with you guys. Any questions that come through, I might take a little detour and answer those questions along the way. Deal? Hope that'll work for you guys. You can see my Bluehost dashboard here. So Vikram asks, I kind of move my microphone over here. Vikram asks, need to know if there's any WordPress plugin for live online classes. Few ideas for you, Vikram, is honestly like what I could recommend right now is using live webinar. And here's how that could work. And yeah, let me set that up for you. So let me first go ahead and create a sample website here for this tutorial purpose. And then I can kind of, any questions that come in, I might be able to use on that domain. So let me build up something here. I'll just make a quick little subdomain. I am using Bluehost for my tutorials, so you get the real feel for how Bluehost is. I know that there are some people who, like myself, I really enjoy Bluehost, and then I hear other people who have some negative things to say about it. I don't know. You guys be the judge. So far, you can see I'm literally using. I've got this many websites on it. Some are client websites, some are my own, some are dummy test sites for things like this. So I'm going to do a webinar demo. And this is how easy it is to create a new website. If you get a plan, let's see here. If you get a plan that allows you to have multiple websites or unlimited sites like a Bluehost offers, you can just go nuts. So I can create, I don't have to buy a new domain every single time. I can buy a domain and actually create a subdomain as much as I want to. I just like to refresh avocado digital. All right, so just like that, I can hit create, and now I have a whole new home, a whole new directory where I can build a second website for no additional cost, which is fantastic. Hey, Melody, I've enjoyed getting your emails, and I hope this is helpful for you. So if you have any specific questions, I know you put a lot of questions into your email. If you want me to answer any of those, please put them in the chat because I won't be able to bounce around that much on here. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's just build a little website, and I'll talk through a few more news items while that's being created here. All right, we'll do webinar demo. I also just give me some feedback as we're going through. How is the quality of this stream? I know like this is not the most professional stream here. My goodness, I got a lot of websites. Where is it? Webinar. I think it still needs to. I need to give it a second before it wakes up and finds itself. Let me know if it's if the sound is good, if the video is good, and also if you like this kind of format that you're seeing, where instead of most of my videos have me overlaid on top of the screen, right? Like I'm there and I kind of move myself around the screen. Do you like that more, or do you like it where I'm physically separated from the display, where you're not really encumbered, but the display is also a little bit smaller? Just curious. Just curious what works better for you guys. Let's see if, there we go, webinar demo. See, this is how easy it is to create a website. I should not show all this because it might devalue my agency services. But when you kind of gone through the motions enough, you can build websites. So for example, when I build websites for clients from the ground up, I normally use that domain, Fresh Avocado Digital, just because I like avocados. I'm on the ketogenic diet right now. So I use that domain, and then I just name a new subdomain for the client that I'm working with. And it works really, really well. Maybe grab my password in case I need it in the future. All right, cool. Just getting everything pulled up. In the future, I will remember to do this before going live. Should be pulling up here. Loading WordPress. That's a good sign. 1 minute here. Apologies, guys. Let me just go back here for 1 second. Do a quick little refresh. Awesome. Picture is perfect. Quality is great, including the voice. Well, thank you. I have been meaning to get a podcast started because I do like to talk a little bit, as you guys might have found out. Just haven't found the time for it to commit to it yet. Getting there. Okay. Looks like I'm getting some sort of a DNS thing going on here. I may need to do this elsewhere, in which case I can just pop into an existing demo website that I have, which I might just do that as a fallback plan here. Okay, there we go. Cool. Just took a second. The internet needs its time to wake up too. Needs to have its coffee. All right, so Victor just says, perfect quality. Is it because of the app? Can you provide the link to the app? Yeah, let me actually double check. It may still be active. So here at one of my favorite guilty pleasure sites, AppSumo, it's where I go when if the kids are yelling a little bit too much and I need to just go buy something to make myself feel a little better. I don't buy like alcohol, or I don't do anything like normal people do to blow off steam. I go and I look for new software. So offer ends in a day. So Victor, the actual software that I'm using is this one here, live webinar. I don't think I have my affiliate link active. Let me see. Let's see if it still works. Okay, so the deal is sold out if you go through my affiliate link, but just go to appsumo.com/live webinar. It looks like it's exclusive for AppSumo Plus members, and they have a few different levels. I don't know what exactly all the levels are, but I'll tell you that this is a really good tool. It's really easy to set up meetings, have a permanent meeting room. I'm trying to, when I do have client calls, I'm trying to use this software more often because it's just easier. And also you can record your stuff. So check it out if you're interested in that. All right, I don't want to waste time. I know you guys keep me on track as well. If I get too off the rails, bring me back in line. I need you guys. Spread this out a little bit. Andrew, if I'm happy with it, yes, I am. The few things I'm not happy with are the resolution. I think you really do need to, unfortunately, stack up to 5 codes to get that 1080p recording. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to start recording this one just so I have it. I'll start the recorder here. So I want to double check how the quality is on this to see if it would be appropriate of doing one of these, if I could maybe turn it into a tutorial or video for YouTube as well. I'm trying to find ways of doing more with less time. So I'm not sure if the recording quality is top notch. I think Zoom and some of those other softwares have better quality there. But as far as ease of use, and I will also say their support is phenomenal. So no lie, in the last week or so, they added support for MailerLite, which means that I send you guys to a little registration page. And when you sign up on the registration page, it has the ability to go directly into your email marketing platform, which is great. So they added MailerLite recently, and I tested it out last night because I'm currently using that on my website. And it sent them into MailerLite, but it didn't do the proper segmentation, didn't add them to the right group or the right tag within the system. I recorded a video, showed them what the problem is, sent it to them last night before I went to bed, like 10, 11 at night. And this morning when I woke up, I had a reply back from them with the fix already having been done. So like, if I'm going to align myself with a company, like that's what I want. That's what I want. And so that's a pretty good one there. So let's see here. I'm just curious. Let me look at some stats. So right now we have 14 people on the webinar room and 9 people on social media. This is pretty cool. I like this. Cool. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and I want to give you, awesome. I'm going to give you guys a little tutorial here. We're going to build out some stuff together. I will probably have to be using my ThriveCart account for this simply because that's what I got. Let's build out a little membership site here because WishList member and ThriveCart are both in kind of a scarcity game right now. Like things are going to change. If you are even considering having a membership site, I do recommend picking up WishList member. It's not a hard sell or anything because you'll see through this tutorial if it's right for you. But for $50 for life, you can have a membership site for 3 websites. So this is the deal. I've put a video. You search my channel. My recent videos are on that. But right now we have this site here. It's hideous. I don't know why WordPress decides to make this the default website for all websites. Like if I see this, if I'm a new person who's never started a website before and I see this, I'll be like, I failed. Like this looks not good, but it's easy fix. So we're going to fix it here. Andy, I took a little rabbit hole. I apologize. Talking about live webinar because the question was asked about the webinar software, but we're going to focus this tutorial on WishList member just so you guys get a feel to see if it's right for you. And because I've missed you guys, I wanted to hang out live for a little bit. So I'm going to add a new theme to this website. Just go to my go-to, my preferred go-to theme, Astra. Melody, that page scares you. The home page from the default WordPress. Yeah, I know. I hate that page. It's the most uninviting website I've ever seen. So now we got it. And if you guys want to kind of check it out, I'll also make this live so you can check it out and see what I'm building as I'm going. So if you want to, I'll put the link to what we're building here in the chat. Okay, video resolution's pretty poor. Sorry to hear that. I hear you. I might have to stack up a few more codes just to see how that does for me. Anything to buy more codes. All right, so I put in the chats there to the website. So now we have a cleaner website. It's nice. So a couple things I want to do. A quick one. Let me just show you this. So within live webinar, the question was asked about doing live classes. I'm not going to do a full tutorial on setting that up because I really have an ulterior motive here. But what you can do with live webinar, the software deal that I just talked about, you can create a page on your website. So it's on your website, it's branded. You can protect it using WishList member or something like that as well, where you can sell access to this webinar page, and it can all be on your website. They can register any way you'd like them to. They can pay for access. They can pay for subscriptions, and to them, the experience is entirely on your website. So it's not a plugin. Like I think it was Vikram who asked this. It was not a WordPress plugin. On that one, I would probably just maybe use like a YouTube Live and embed that in there. But I think that for being able to do things like adding a, let me show you, like adding a whiteboard. I can add a whiteboard onto the stream and go directly into a much more of a teaching type of style. I think that is a really solid option that we can do there. Let me bounce back to my screen. So that would be my general recommendation on that. If you guys, I'm going to ask you guys, put in the chat, which builder should I use in this tutorial? I don't know if you guys are aligning with a specific one. If I see anybody who says, Elementor, or Thrive or anything like that, if there's a particular tool you'd like me to use, because I'm kind of agnostic, I use them all depending on what the right situation is. In this one in general, Yeah, Bibash. Again, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Stacking more codes will give better recording, but not better live video resolution. Cool. Elementor or Breezy. A second Breezy. All right. Well, that was a quick majority. That's all I'm going to wait for. So let's go to Astra options. Cool. We got about 30 people live across the different platforms. I like that. So let's go ahead and go to our starter sites. Because I don't want to waste your time and I want something to look kind of nice at the end of this, I'll import a starter site just to get us going. And then I think the goal for this, just so you have an idea of what I want to build, and we'll see if it works, is I want to build a membership site where people have the ability to make a purchase. I'll set it up through ThriveCart so they can buy access to something. And then once they have access to it, be able to lock down some content that would be specific for them. So if you have, let's say fictitiously, if you sell music online, what you might be able to do is sell membership access A, membership access B, membership access C, where different albums could be allowed in different setups. And once you've paid, it's going to be like a monthly recurring revenue stream. And then once they're there, you have access to that platform's music, kind of like a Netflix or Disney Plus. You know, it's a streaming service. You can log in, get your music, and download it. Oh, Pranav. Okay. Well, hey, send me an email, Pranav. Sorry if you're not satisfied. I'll certainly take care of you there, but this is not the forum to put that out. You know, there's a contact page on my website. Feel free to reach out to me. We can do this more professionally. All right. And can I use Tutor LMS? I won't use Tutor for this tutorial, but I will definitely, I'll have more on that tool as well. So let's go into Breezy here. And let me just find something that tickles my fancy today. Oh, let's go for something simple. Let's just do like a coach website. I don't want to import WooCommerce or anything like that for this particular tutorial. So it's pretty easy. I'll import it and go. And it's just going to import my good stuff. Let me go ahead and off screen, let me get ThriveCart ready to rock and roll. If any of you have seen any of my recent content on ThriveCart, what's been your opinion? What's been kind of your general take of the tool, the platform, all that good stuff? Because it's one of those that I've had for a while and I've never really been working with it that much. And I have a video coming out soon where I kind of talk about cart flows versus ThriveCart. I'm really enjoying the simplicity of the platform. Yeah, Bibash, you're saying I seem not to be doing as much with cart flows, and it's true. I think that right now cart flows has a little bit more development to do. I kind of got stuck in a bit of a rut working on a few things. It's still a great platform, and I have a full blog post on my website. You can go to on my site here where I do a comparison between ThriveCart and cart flows, so you guys can check that out later on, and also let me know. I wrote this kind of just stream of consciousness working through the different platforms. Let me know what you think. If it's fair, if it's not fair, leave a comment on that blog post. But I'm just trying to do the right thing for you guys. And when there's a simpler and faster option, I think that's generally the way to go. So I'll leave that at that. That's not going to be the purpose of this tutorial here. All right, so we have our basic website. What I want to do first and foremost, let's go ahead and get WishList member installed and set up. So I'll come here to plugins and add new. I'll go ahead and upload my membership site. It's a pretty lightweight plugin. I really haven't noticed it do much slowdown at all. Let me just find it. Yep, I got a lot of plugins. WishList member. It's here. Alphabet is difficult. Where are you? Okay, let me go and just download it again. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Head over to my downloads area. I think my license key might show up, so let me hide that. and download the tool. All right, cool. All right, so that's downloaded. Let me plug it in. Thrive theme, ThriveCart, interested in the affiliate program. Yes, the affiliate program in ThriveCart is really cool. There's two standout features that I can talk about once we get all this set up that I think it motivates people to sell for you more than any other affiliate program platform. You can pay out instantly, like where if they earn $20, they can get a $20 check the next day, or not check, but a PayPal amount the next day. And also they can offer exclusive bonuses that should be all automatically delivered. Some really, really cool things that ThriveCart has done, because their big focus is on just making the best cart platform, not trying to work with a bunch of things that are difficult. All right, so we got WishList member installed. I don't think I need to activate it. The first thing you need to do is just simply click on it, and that's going to take you to activating a license key. Let me go ahead and do that off screen. I'll switch over to my whiteboard. Get my license key. Hey, copy and paste. All right, cool. And we're back. So we've got it set up. Now they give you a nice little wizard, a setup wizard. So you click on this, and the first thing you need to do is set up different levels of membership. So here's the first thing to kind of understand is membership sites have gone two different ways, where one way is you can only belong to one membership at a time. It could be, bronze, silver, or gold. That's kind of the classic way of doing it. The more recent way, and what's a way more flexible method, is what WishList member has done, where you can belong to a single membership or multiple memberships, really all up to you. So for example, you can create one, in this example, if you want to have a membership for get unlimited access to your digital downloads, and then a membership access for digital downloads and printed music, or one where it's all encompassing. You can actually belong to multiple memberships at the same time. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to set up something very generic. I'll call it membership A. And access to the membership, this is all pretty cool. It's handled with ThriveCart when we set up this integration. So we can just leave this kind of very basic and give automatic access to specific content. So if you want to make it a very simple one where, hey, you're premium, so now you get access to everything on the website, you can do that. I'm not going to do that because I want to give a little bit more control to it. And then if you want them to be automatically approved when it signs up or confirm their email address, I'm not going to worry about any of that because I'm going to set the registration process up through ThriveCart, because this is going to be a paid membership. So I'll hit next. Automatically protect new pages and posts. No, I want to control what they have. Only show content. No. In general, I leave most of this blank as we're going through. I'm going to hit next. And then integrations here, we're going to go ahead and select which payment integration we're going to use. There's several here. Like, you don't have to use ThriveCart. You can use SamCart, but that's like, I think, $200 a month. You can use PayPal checkout, which I think is just a default, sends them to PayPal, and it's kind of a, I don't know, I haven't used it myself, so I'm going to use ThriveCart. And then for email marketing provider, when they get access to it, they can automatically go into your email list, which is great. I would like to see them add a few more to this list. It's a good list, but we're going to use ThriveCart's built-in email integrations as well. So we'll hit save. Cool. So then you can run the wizard again, or if you're like me, you'll just go to the right spot. So you can come here to set up as well. I'm going to set up 2 more levels. I'll just call this level membership B, apply. And again, all this stuff I'm going to kind of not worry about. I don't need any of these settings. There's a ton of settings here. You can kind of take a look at them, but that's enough for me. And then we'll have one called membership C. Cool. So for those of you who think membership sites are like extremely scary and convoluted, like that wasn't too bad, right? So we have 3 different memberships. They don't do anything yet, but we have them set up. A couple things you might want to do here is on the email notifications. What's going to happen is when they get enrolled into the membership level, they're going to get an email that says, hey, welcome. You can click here for new members, and you can edit the two emails. One is what does the user receive when they first sign up? So you can change your name and all this, and it'll also send them their email and password, their username and password for the website, where to log in, and you can put whatever else you want here. So you might have a welcome message as well as, hey, what most people have found when they first join the membership is check out the forum, check out this download section, add links in there, and make this a very warm email. So I'll just say, I think you'll really like the downloads page. You have complete access. Check it out here. And I'm just going to create a link here. We haven't built the page yet, so I'm just going to do HTTPS. Let's do. It's a long domain name. Downloads. So I'll make this downloads page, and I haven't set up my SSL on this website, so I'll leave the S out. I'll save and close. So now that's going to be the email that the user is going to get when they first register their account. Just check in here. Will a membership plugin like WishList be of much use for me if I want to create only standalone courses instead of membership site? Membership site's difficulty, I feel, is one needs to constantly churn out content to provide value. Okay. Good points, Bibash. Apologies if I'm saying that incorrectly. So membership site, I feel like there can be a misunderstanding between what a membership site is versus what a course site is. The way that I like to think about it, at least this is how my brain wraps around it. A membership site and a course website is kind of the same thing, because what the course is a nicely formatted set of pages that is held behind a membership area. So like if I buy a course, I'm not really buying a thing. I'm buying access into a set of content. Now that set of content could be static, and it could be a course that just it exists and that's all it is. Or it could be something that lives and breathes and grows in the subscription model. So I think when you're saying membership site, you're kind of thinking where they pay every month and it's a recurring bill, and because of that, you need to continue to push out more content. Not necessarily. As you'll see here, I can set up in ThriveCart a one-time fee that gives lifetime access to a membership level, or I could set it up where it's a recurring bill, and if they stop paying, they lose access to that area. So you can go either way. Really, for you just have to decide how you want to wrap it all together. So for example, Thrive Apprentice allows you to build really easy, fast online courses, but by default, you can't protect it unless you use their Sendel integration, which I don't really recommend. It's kind of, they need to do better on that. Either use that or use a membership plugin like WishList Member to protect your course. So I beat a dead horse on that one. I think that the flexibility you get with a membership plugin is worth any potential increased complexity, because if all you do is sell courses, you might not be able to have a community aspect to it. You might not be able to do other things that you might want to in the future. So having that membership level is beneficial in that regard. All right, does ThriveCart work with WishList? Yeah, so ThriveCart works because does Groundhog work with WishList Member? Yes, Groundhog is an email marketing platform. It lives inside of WordPress. So as soon as somebody becomes a user on your website, let's say they become a member, you can add them into Groundhog as well. So that one it works as well. I'm not going to set that up on this tutorial because that would it'd be too much. Okay, so we have our membership levels. Now let's create a few pages that we want to have working. So bare minimum, what I'd recommend you do is have a protected page, like hey, sorry, you don't have access to what you're trying to get to because you're not a member yet. Click below to become a member. So let's make that page first. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll call this protected or not a member. Let's design a real quick page here in Breezy. So I want to make this feel real for you and how you can actually work this. Deb asks, does WishList work with ConvertKit? I'll double check. I hope they do. I'm not sure. And let's just make a quick little pricing table. I'm going to use the kit number 2 because I like the kit number 2. So let's see here. All right, we'll use this pricing plan and we'll say, whoops, sorry, but you don't have access to that content. And let's add some text below. Want to become a member? Simply select your level. So in this example, I'm doing a digital, I'm doing a music store. So let's say digital pro, digital and print, and let's do teachers resource, teachers compendium. I don't know. So this will say it's going to be, let's say $19 per year. Let's make that look prettier. $19 per. How do you make this look nice? Per year? I don't know. Per year. And let's just make that maybe smaller. Sorry, guys, I'm wasting time here. Digital and print would be, let's say, $49 per year. And teacher's compendium would be $97 per year, as an example. And then you could do what you want to do. We'll cover the purchase page, where that link goes to in just a second. But now we have a protected page. This will pop up if they try to get someplace where they don't need to be or they don't have access to. Hey, Guillermo, Mr. G. If I can't pronounce your name, I'm just going to say Mr. in your first letter. Yeah, so I'm working in Breezy. We're going to build a little membership site out. The page builder at this point really doesn't matter. So some people said Breezy, so I went there. Goal here is to build out a site where you can sell access to content on your website to sell. In this example, we're going to do digital music. We're going to sell, we have a music store here. And then Eric says, what's up? Long time away from the internet for me over the holidays. Happy New Year. Cheers, man. Happy New Year to you as well. All right. So we got a not a member page, and I need to set my permalinks here because it has that really weird look. So let me go to permalink settings, and I'm just going to make this my post name. So it's going to actually look like a real website when it comes up. So that's page number one. I'm just going to build out a few pages, and then I'll link them together. So we also need to have a sales page for level one. So we'll call this level one sales, or let's call it membership A. Membership A sales page. And let's just bring in a very quick page. I'm not going to design with this. Yeah, WishList. Yeah, great point, Eric. WishList member is also going to be integrating with WooCommerce. I don't know when exactly, but I know that's coming. So it is kind of a no-brainer, as much as there could be one. So let's create kind of a one-page site. Let's see here. Cool. Breezy's done a good job with their designs. All right, cool. This is totally not a music website, but you'll get the idea. Oh, I don't have my pro license activated. I'm not going to muss and fuss with that right now. Let's see if there's any free versions. Oh, all their page designs are pro. Of course they are. All right, let's build out a very quick little website. So we'll say, get this guy. Join the digital pro membership. Sign up for $9 per year or whatever I said. You get the idea. I'm not going to be too nitpicky on how it looks and all that. So I clicked it twice. That'll work. And that's going to take us to our checkout page. You would want to build out a full sales page, obviously, but this will work for our purposes. Boom. Yeah. I'm working on a client website right now, Mr. G, using Breezy, and just be careful. Like, think through with your client what their needs truly are. What I have found in some cases is where a client might think that they want something very basic, and then when you deliver that to them, they want more, and they want more, and then they want more, which is great because you can continue to charge them. But Breezy, what I've found, is fantastic for pretty websites that have contact forms and very basic, normal portfolio type of website stuff. When it gets into e-commerce or additional kind of crazy functionality, Elementor is a more safe bet simply because it can do whatever you want it to do. Brizzy is still a little bit more limited, but that's okay. I do enjoy working with it most. It's easy breezy. All right, so we have our membership A sales page. I'm going to stop there because once you see one membership set up, you don't need to see all the others. What I also want to do is let's create our downloads page. So we'll just call this downloads. This is going to be the protected content that you can get the idea of where you can put whatever you want. If it's a set of downloads, if it's access to you or a booking calendar, whatever you want to do, you can protect access to that page using Wishlist member. It's kind of the whole point here. So let's just have this. This is a protected page. Download your free stuff below. And let's put a little button. And in the button, we'll say download my access file, whatever the case may be, download your stuff. And let me just link this up to a little PDF, a little example PDF for us, just to get the idea. Sorry, I've got like a whole bunch of taxes stuff on my computer that I can't use. Let me find one that I can use here. All right, cool. We'll use this, your zone of fire. I honestly don't even know where this came from. It sounds cool though. So let's add something to our media library. Let's upload this file. This is just going to be an example of something that we could use for membership protection. Come on. Go in there. All right. This is not the purpose of the tutorial. Let me just upload something. There you go. I think it's just a YouTube thumbnail. Check into the comments while that's doing its crunching and all that cool stuff. All right, and then we'll go and find the URL. Here we are. Yeah, just a YouTube thumbnail. That's what you're paying for access with this membership. I would not charge very much for this membership. All right, so that's a protected page. The whole goal of setting this up is down here. So with Wishlist member installed, you get this additional little box on your page where you can have protection and access. So here I can protect this page, and I can select which membership level they must have in order to access the page. Okay, so what that means is, this is going to be a membership A. You can have certain pages where you need a higher tier of membership, other pages where you have a lower tier of membership. You get the idea, and you can apply those settings. Just do that real quick. Now, as I go to pay per post, I don't even know what that feature truly is. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I think you can like have them buy an article or buy a post. I don't know. I'm gonna avoid that one. Now here, you can with Wishlist member, there's two ways of you to set up the rules behind what happens when somebody tries to access protected content. Rule number one is on the individual page, you can tell the system what page to send them to if they don't have access. So for example, if they're not a member of that level, you can configure this and say, hey, send them to the not a member page. Makes sense. You can also create a global rule where no matter what page they're trying to access, if they don't have access to any page, it can take them to that same page, the same place or message or place or whatever. So this is inefficient, what I'm doing here, because I'm showing you on the individual page level. But I just want to show you that the general rule of thumb is set up a good global rule, if anybody tries to access somebody they don't have access to, send them to this global page. And then on an individual basis, you can override that global default on the individual page here. So that'll work for me here. Let me know if any of that did not make sense, if that was crystal clear. I'm kind of going quickly because I know how exciting it is to watch somebody build a website. It's like nails on a chalkboard sometimes. So what I'm going to do real quickly is just kind of reiterate that point and come here on, I think it's the advanced options. Let me check there. Yeah. So on the advanced options inside of Wishlist member, they have this section called error pages. And so this looks very similar to where we were just at, where instead of setting it up on an individual page, we can come here and say, by default, send any non-members to the not a member page. You can also send just a message where it's going to show up on the same page, but it'll have like a, sorry, you can't go any further. But I like to send them to a page because you can design it way better. Or you can even send them to an external URL. If you have like another website where you do your sales perhaps, and then you do whatever you want. We'll say that. Wrong membership level, we'll go ahead and do the same thing, but you could set up your own custom deal every step of the way. So here I'll just say for any of these, if they expire, if their membership cancels, if they have a lower tier and they're trying to access something from a higher tier, it's all going to go back to that single page. So I hope if that all made sense so far. We will do a quick test to make sure. Sorry, Melody, if this is too advanced. I totally understand. Yeah, you can watch the replay. And because I'm doing this live, it's not really like a straightforward step-by-step. I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit. If this is of interest to you guys, put in the chat if you'd like me to do a bit more of like an ultimate step-by-step where I go do every little bit and then I talk through it. Let me know if you want. I don't want to bore you guys too much when you're live here, though. Alrighty. I think you'll learn Elementor. I highly recommend Elementor is a great plugin. Mr. G asks, any advice for multi-instructor plugin? I had a nightmare using Tutor LMS and ended up using a hosted solution. Oh no, I'd love to hear more about what your nightmare was. Was it like revenue sharing with instructors or what that might be? Truth be told, that was going to be my recommendation. I haven't done it. I've done it for like building it out and seeing how it would work, but I haven't run real money through a multi-instructor thing. I do know that Teachable has right, they have course revenue. If you have multi-instructors, you can revenue split. So teachable.com is what our main business, startamomblog.com, what that runs on, and that one does revenue share. We don't do it very often, but we have a few courses that are team taught, and that works as well. What I'm learning, guys, just in general, is WordPress is fantastic. It doesn't have to be the end-all be-all. It can seem like it can save a buck in the short term, but it can cost you more in time and complexity later on. So if there is a hosted solution like ThriveCart that can do what you need it to do, it's okay. You don't have to be a purist. I used to be a purist. I'm learning the errors of my ways. Take a sip while I see some of the comments. Yeah, Thinkific, Teachable. Yeah, those are both good solutions. How do you choose what to do when you have 20 different business ideas? I have some that I know I will enjoy more, but they probably will not make enough money, whereas the others, I'll make more money, but I don't think I'll enjoy so much. What do you think? Matt. Hey, cool. You found me on Skilljet. Yeah, it was nice to do a little project. That's a great question, Matt. What business to go forward? This could be like a whole live, so I'll just give you a brief idea. There's two paths. Like you can go with what you're passionate about or go with what you're good at. What I find, especially back in corporate America, I would get into jobs that I hated, but I was good at them. And over time, I started to like them more because I was good at them. I got results and everything else fell into place. So if you see something you're uniquely skilled at or something that you feel you could do really well at, but you may not be interested in it yet, that one may be worth kind of, pulling up your big boy britches and doing for a little while, because I think the passion follows proficiency. I think that you start to like what you do once you get good at doing it. Oh, did I get logged out? Hey, I think I just dropped the mic on WordPress and it decided to log me out. All right. So that's like I could go into way more detail on my thoughts on that, but that would be my general feel. Let me get logged back in. Please work. Cool. All right, we're back in. So what I want to do is let's go to a page that we protected. So we'll come here to our membership downloads page. And let's try to open it in a new window. And it'll work because I'm logged in as a admin. But if I go to it in incognito, it should redirect me to the not a member page. You guys see how it did that? So it was thinking for a little while. It was actually running the numbers and was like, hey, this page is protected by WishList member. Let me check to see if this person's logged in. And if he is, if he has the level he needs. And because he didn't pass all those rules, it sent me to this pricing table that I could then use to set up an actual sales process. Cool. So to me, that's all working quite nicely. What I want to do next is simply link up that pricing table, this page here. I want to link this over to the sales page of that membership level. Are the gears starting to turn a little bit? You're seeing how this is all working. It doesn't have to be that complicated. What I find a lot of people do is they try to overcomplicate their business model. Like, you can start simple. Instead of selling 400 products, you can sell 2 products and get started there. I'm also speaking to myself as I say that. I'm not judging anybody except for myself in the process. But simplicity wins, period. End of story. All right, so I just linked up this pricing table to take me to back to the sales page. And then we're going to create the actual product in ThriveCart so that when they purchase, they automatically get enrolled in your website. That's the most hideous sales page in the world, right? Like that's awful. But it's working, where the pricing table takes me to the sales page, and the sales page can take me over to a checkout page on ThriveCart. Forget the money, do what you love. That's another point, Andy. Winston asked my views on GrooveCart. I got a bad feel. I looked at GrooveCart. I'm going to avoid it. It might be the best thing since sliced bread, but what I tend to find, a little brief history. I don't want to get off the track here, but the founder of GrooveCart just founded Kartra like a few years later. That, to me, that's a huge red flag where I'm never going to touch it, because it seems like they're just bouncing around trying to build something that's okay, then dump it and build something else bigger. Not for me. Could be wrong. This is how I feel. Yeah, Matt, I'll do a live stream on that topic. I've over the last couple of years of me getting into this whole game, I do feel qualified to speak on that, because I've gone through the wilderness with you, brother. Like I know where you're at. All right, so we have a membership site set up. You get the idea where once they have the access, they can do whatever you want to. You can also group. You can protect multiple pages all at once. So if you have different albums or different levels, you can hook all that up as well. But let's go ahead and just finish this off end to end by creating the actual sales process. Let's create a ThriveCart product, hook it up, integrate it, yada, 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 and we'll call it a day. Here we are. All right. So I'm logged into ThriveCart now. If you don't know, I do have a bonus offer on ThriveCart. You can head to, I'll put in the chats here. That's a long URL. And I'll also come here to live webinar and put that in the chat. If you guys are interested, if you like what you're seeing and you do want to, go this more simple route, I have some things to help you out, some additional training and things like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to log back in since we got logged out. All right. Cool. Let's go here. And all right, so now we're in the membership area. The integrations area is kind of up here in your settings. And all I have to do is click over to membership. You can see these are the options. Now, the ThriveCart integrates with way more than just these, but this is the native built-in integration. What I found is you tend to have just a better time. You have a better experience if you use what's natively supported. Zapier, I'm done with Zapier. I've used it enough. I'm done with it. So you go, and I already have my site hooked up with this, and it works wonderfully. But you can also, you're not limited to only have one membership solution on ThriveCart at once. You can have as many as you want to. So I'll add another one, and I'll call this a webinar demo. And under the word, I'll show you. This is so cool. So now it's going to ask me for some credentials. It's very easy to get to. So let me come back here, and I'll get the credentials I need from my website. And also ThriveCart has these video tutorials as you're going through. So you never have to go to like a knowledge base or try to find some really convoluted article to figure it out. It's kind of taken care of for you. So let me go to, I think it's setup. Yeah, and then integrations. And because earlier on, I told it that I wanted to use ThriveCart, it's right here, the little green check mark, and it gives me the data that I need. Guys, don't take my API key and do anything with it. I'm going to delete this as soon as I'm done here, but be good people. Be good people. So I'll take that and I'll boom, boom. As easy as that. If all worked correctly, automatically been accepted. That's it. You just connected your selling platform with your membership site and your membership platform. That's it. It's like there should be more, right? That's it. All right. So now the last thing in this tutorial to kind of show you how it all works is let's build a product that's going to unlock access to that membership. Okay. So let's go to products and we'll create a product. And what's cool is that you also ship books if you have like printed sheet music. Hint, hint, buddy. This also integrates in with a bunch of fulfillment services where it can either print on demand and ship it out for you, or it can talk to a fulfillment service like Kunaki and things like that and ship out products automatically. So you don't have to hold boxes of stuff in your garage anymore because it has this option as well. For here, we're going to do a digital membership. So we'll create that product. All right, and we're going to call this membership A. I think is what we started to call it. And we'll keep this in test mode so we can, don't put our credit card in and we can still test to make sure it all works. If you have the pro version of ThriveCart, you have the ability to have client accounts. So you just say who's the owner. That's going to customize our invoice, make things look professional. Set up pricing. It's as easy as clicking on that button, deciding how you want to pay for it. So if it's one time, if it's a subscription, let's say it's a subscription. I think we said it's an annual subscription. And let's remember what we charged here. Quiz. What did we charge for this membership? I've forgotten. I think it was $9 a year. Let's go to not a member. $19 per year. Okay. So we're going to do an annual subscription. And what's cool is if you want to do like a $1 trial or something like that, you can do that. We'll say there's a $19 subscription. And if we wanted to, we could say you can have 7 days, a 7-day attempt, and say today you pay $1 for 7 days. And then on day 8, you get billed for the 19 for the next 365 days. So really flexible pricing options. For this one, we'll just say no trial. They're going to, today's price is 19 and every year you're going to pay 19. And if you're going through this and you're like, I don't quite know what that means, annual price, today's price, what's great is they make it unscrew-upable because they have it written out in text here, exactly what's going to happen. Your customer will be charged $19 immediately, and then again every year until they cancel. Like, isn't that great? How often do you use a tool where it has all these checkboxes and settings, and you're like, I don't know if this is doing what I want it to? This actually tells you it's doing what you want it to do, which I appreciate because I have made mistakes in that world before. It can do the sales tax automatically, where you can do based on your origin or based on the different tax laws things. I'm not going to do tax advice or anything like that here. Cancel. All right, let's hit next. Not going to do that, but you can. You can customize your invoice, put some additional text, a new logo, things like that on the invoice to be emailed out. Bump offers, we'll skip over, but if you wanted to, like a good option here is, hey, if you want to, check the box below and you'll automatically be upgraded from the membership A to membership B and unlock all the print music as well. Yeah, let's do that because that sounds really exciting. So we're going to call this bump offer membership B upgrade. Ooh, are you limited? This might be, they might force this to be a one-time fee. I'm not sure. I don't want to show you guys the wrong thing, so I'll skip that out. I don't want to. I want to check it first. Choose how you want to get paid. So we'll just set up Stripe for now. Hit save. And what's cool about this is you would think that you'd set it up once and never have to set it up again, but they actually force you to select your payment process every product. And that's a benefit because if you happen to be doing like a split pay, or if some of your products you share with another guy, you can set up different accounts. And for certain products, you can go to your account, and other products, you can go to a shared account or something like that. So it's an additional step in every setup, but there's good logic behind it. And then if you want affiliates, I know a lot of you guys are interested in the affiliate program. You also set up your affiliate terms on every single product individually. One more step, but so worth it. Teachable, we love them to death. I owe my freedom to Teachable, so no knocking on them. But they have a very basic affiliate program where you kind of set it up, and everything, you either have to go course by course, individual person, or give a global setting. This gives you way more options. So if I want to set this up, we can say, do you want to give them a fixed finder fee? Where, hey, if I get a sale from you, if you sent them through a special link and they bought, you can give them a specific amount or a specific recurring amount, or you can give a percentage of sales. It's more standard to do percentage of sales. So we'll say a 30% commission and let's say 15% recurring commission. So what this would do is, because the terms we set up on this product is they're going to pay $19 up front, and then a year later, they're going to pay another $19. This can allow you to get maybe even like 50% upfront, really energize them to sell. But also every year, if that person continues to be a member, that affiliate continues to automatically be paid out 15% of their recurring revenue, right? It's pretty cool. And then how you do this, one of the things that's unique about ThriveCart compared to other platforms is, it's pretty normal to like pay out after a month. There's a refund period. You want to make sure you wait until after the refund period to pay them. Otherwise, they might refund you and now you're just out money. But with ThriveCart, it's kind of unique. They have the ability to automatically pay. What this means is they sell on Monday. On Tuesday, they get money into their bank account, into their PayPal account for that sale. You're like, but what happens if on the next day they refund? Well, they also have the ability to claw money back from that same account and kind of keep it in cahoots, like in the right way. So they can give and take away. It's pretty cool. I don't know all the tech behind it, but it does work. Trust me. So that's one, if you want to like really sell people to become joint venture partners, if you want them to become your salesmen, these are some really cool terms you can set up on every product. All right. And then set up your options. You can allow people to only be manually approved to make sure you prevent people from being kind of, spammy and whatnot, or you can automatically approve if they purchase, they automatically become an affiliate. A lot of different things you can do. And then you set up, where do you want people to send traffic to sell them? So you want to maybe set this up as your sales page, which we can do here. I know I'm probably going really fast. Let me know if I should slow down, but I'm also trying to do a lot in an hour here. So here's our sales page. And we will come back to ThriveCart. Boom. So what this does is, as soon as they sign up as an affiliate, they're going to have like a resources area where they can see all the different links they can promote. And if they send them there, it'll put a little code on the browser of the person that went there. And that will kind of link up that affiliate account with that browser. So if that person who's browsing makes a purchase, it'll know who to attribute automatically and who to pay. And then you can other options here. All right, good to go. Next, so access the purchase. Now let's just do like support at digital.com. That's not a real invoice. And now here's the magic. So what happens after they purchase? Cool. Loving all the engagement, guys. Thank you. So what happens after they purchase? We're going to add them to a membership site. It gets no code at all. You put that one number in and now you're set. So now you select your platform because there's all those different integrations. We just set up WishList member. Then, because we have multiple integrations, we just say, hey, I'm doing the webinar demo. Boom. And then you have membership A, B, and C. We never type this into ThriveCart, remember? Like, this is all done through our WordPress site using WishList member, and it's automatically talking back and forth, two-way communication with ThriveCart, so it knows exactly what to do. Love it. All right, so we'll go there. And then we want to have a login page. We'll keep this optional. You can set up your specific page for whatever you want, and that works just well. All right, so we're going to go with that. Go to next. And now we can design a little pop-up or our checkout page as well. Let's do a single step. This is brand new, by the way. This is like less than a week old. So I think there's still some functionality that's still coming, but already it's very easy to use. I'll select a single step checkout and I'll launch the editor. And now let me add just a little bit of flair. So this becomes kind of like an Elementor, kind of like a Brizy, a lightweight page builder, but it works really, really well where I can customize the look of the cart. Let's say I want to have a logo up above. I'm not going to create logos or anything. Let's make this logo, make it a little smaller. You can have some text and say, you are seconds away from accessing all your membership benefits. Simply, oh my goodness, I can't type today. Check out below. All right. You might want to also include like what happens next. Like when you purchase, you're going to get an email with your login information, but you can do all that through your sales page. The checkout page should be lean and mean and geared for conversions. So here we go. Contact information. Let's get their first and last name, which just adds it in automatically. Payment information. You can add a box shot of the membership. So let's use this guy as an example. And then it also shows you the terms here. So today's payment, 19, and then future payments, $19 every year. And you can disable the color or not, up to you. Boom. On these pages, it's really good to include some bullet points. So what I'm gonna do is just drag over those bullet points, and we'll say instant access to a growing library of digital music designed for your education, your kids' education. Constant updates. I don't know. Sell it however you'd want. I don't like these bullets though. They're not pretty enough, so I want them to be check boxes. Boom. Now it is pretty. I like it. And then finally, I also want to add some guarantee, some things to make them feel better. So let's add a guarantee seal. And let's say you probably don't want to do a refund if it's a subscription service, but you might say that it's a very safe checkout process. And I'm going to make 2 seals here. And we'll say, let's do secure, trusted seller. That looks nice. All right, so we got our 2 seals there. And I'm happy with that. Hit next, and it'll take you to your success page. This happens after the purchase is done. So what I like to do here is maybe have a video where you explain them what the next steps are, but we'll say, thanks for your purchase. Oof. Here's how to access. And then you put your instructions down there. I won't belabor the point here. You get the idea. Hit complete, and you've just designed out the sales funnel. You can put upsells and downsells in as well. We'll skip over that for this tutorial unless you guys really want to see it. And if you do, put it in the chat, and we'll hit next. And now you can integrate with your Facebook Pixel, and it's a really good integration. It'll actually track how much they spent. So if you're running ads to this funnel, it's not just knowing if they reach the sales page, or if they reach the thank you page, it'll also know how much money they spent in the process. So you can create these really cool dynamic, I'm sorry, I'm getting geeky, but really, really good integration there. And then you can also set up integrations with your email marketing platforms like MailerLite and ConvertKit, and add tags that they buy, add tags that they refund, etc. Take a quick sip and read this question. DN2 Art, your Academy question. If you want to have group interaction, quizzes, assignments, you might consider LearnDash for that setup. The reason why is LearnDash does have like the ability to have group leaders who can kind of keep a closer look. I don't know if you're going to have like pods or groups and whatnot, but if you do, you can have multiple group leaders who can kind of keep closer tabs and see the results on individuals in their group. You would also be able to include like a discussion forum. They integrate with BB Press, which is like the default forum software. It's kind of old. It's kind of, I hope they're keeping it up to date, but they have a direct integration there where if they get into a course, they also have access to that forum level. So you might check that one out. And if you do, then I don't know if WishList member integrates with it, but you might not need it. You might be able to sell directly to the course. All right, so let's finish up here. I'll save this. And now I have my link. If I check on that, it's going to take me directly to the checkout page we just designed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take that link, copy it. You can also set up coupons, like special affiliate coupons or just special promotions, and you can link it directly to a product and send a link with it automatically applied. Really cool. So to wrap this up, are you guys enjoying this? I hope this is helpful and educational. We're going to go in and edit our sales page and link the button on the sales page to our ThriveCart checkout. Boom, just by pasting it in there. Hit update. And now there's several ways you can direct people onto the sales process. What I want to do though is, let's say we advertise our stuff. We advertise the goods right there on our homepage. So let's go to appearance and menus, but we're going to kind of rope-a-dope. We're going to put the downloads page directly here. And we'll say unlimited music. So we'll save that. But because of Wishlist members protection rules, it's going to take them to the blocked page if a public user tries to access it. So let me run through a full test. All right, so here we are. We have our page here. Design it however you'd like. Ooh, unlimited music. Oh, that sounds fantastic. I'll click here. And my fancy protector is going to say, whoops, sorry, but you don't have access to that content. Want to become a member? Simply select your level below. Or you might say here, like, learn more about the membership. You might not want to put the pricing directly here, but whatever. So here we're going to click here. It's going to take us to the sales page. It's going to explain more about this pricing level, what you get, all this good stuff. And you decide, yeah, let's do this. I said $9 per year on that page, so my apologies. We'll fill out our information. And let me put in a good testing one. WishList live demo at incomemesh.com. And when you're testing out in test mode, you can just alternate between 4s and 2s. And that's like the developer known secret for, for not getting your credit card charged. So you say complete your order. By the way, I'm talking through this and setting it all up, and if this works on the first try, like, you know, this is a solution that anybody can handle. Cool, Bhavesh, thank you for confirming that Wishlist member does have an integration with LearnDash. So everything we're doing here could also work if you want to host your courses and have additional stuff elsewhere. All right, cool. So we're done. We got it. This little green box is there because I didn't put in like a success URL, a success like login page, and that was intentional because what's going to happen next? Let me pull up my email. What should happen next? Let's confirm. Hey, look at that. So a couple emails are going to come through. So this email, let me close up my calendar. This email is going to come through pretty quickly, and it's going to give you your invoice. So kind of everything for your records. It includes the terms of your agreement, as well as how to access your purchases, contact support, or download PDF. Oh, download a PDF of the invoice. Yeah, that's what that does. So that's one email you get. The other email you get is where is it? Let me double check here real quick. Let's see here. So I didn't get the email I wanted. There might be a reason for that. Let me go in and see if that member was added. Don't want to have egg on my face. That's never fun. All right, so we go to our members area. And it looks like I didn't get added to the membership. Why is that? I'll only spend a couple minutes on it. Normally what would happen is you get an email with all your goodies. Let me see if I can quickly figure out why. I'm not going to waste your time. As you saw, I kind of went through this pretty quickly. But let me do my quick check of how I would set this up. Let me just add a URL for my thank you page. Okay. Will this be recorded and shared again? Yep. Yeah, I'll share this. I think it's going to be live on my YouTube channel. I'll figure out how, but if nothing else, I'll email my list. If you aren't on my email list, you can go to incomesh.com/free, and you can get access to my free membership and also sign up for my list, which would be great. Let's see here. What's going on? Let me add this button in here. I'm going to check this real quick, just double check each of the settings, and then I'll check one last thing on WishList member. Let's go in and double check the welcome email for this level. Thank you, Dipti. Go here. So for membership A, email notifications, edit notifications. Yep, I do want that. Maybe this might be part of the problem. Let me do. Sender. So they should be getting everything. And let's do one last test. If not, I can always email out and let you know what the little thing was. But ultimately, if I'm not talking and answering questions and also building a full membership site, it goes a little bit smoother. But you guys understand that. All right, let's try one last time. Okay. So we go through here. We see it. We try to access stuff we don't have access to. They go to the purchase process. They decide to buy. And also notice how quickly everything loads because we don't have WooCommerce on the website. It's just a faster experience, which is very nice. All right, so we'll just use a regular email address. It might be because it's in test mode, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a problem. Completing order. All right, have a good one, Vicky. All right, so click here to access purchase. I should click in, and that's going to take me to the login page, but I need my password. So let's see if I was given access to it. There we go. Sometimes it just takes a little jiggling of the wires. It might have honestly been me not having that login URL. So now let me pull up my email here. Perfect. So now you'll pretty instantly get this welcome email. Now this is actually being sent out by your website. This is set up inside a WishList member. If you remember earlier on in the training, we set up, you just registered for membership A, here's your stuff, and you can log in here and you're invited to check things out. I hope you enjoy it. So you can customize this to your heart's content. What I'm gonna do is let me just copy that password. And now let's come here and log in, put the password in, go. And now here I'm logged in. And if I once again go to that page that didn't work before, it should take me directly to content that I now have access to. And so I can click here, download my file, and that's what you paid for. You paid for the ability to see that strange thumbnail. So there we go. All in all, I know that going through an hour long, it seems like a really long, convoluted, intense process. But think about also what you're doing. You're creating a dynamic website now where people can log in. You can track what they're doing and how they're doing it. You can engage with them more. If you want to do the subscription payment, you can set that up and start with nothing, but have people come in, pay you monthly, and you continue to provide value or coaching or something like that. Or you can create a course, either use LearnDash or simply MemberPress or a member WishList member. There's too many of these things, and design out your course as you want to and protect the content. A lot of flexibility you can do here, and you can get it done in an afternoon or an hour or so if you are kind of quick on it. So let me just kind of go through and answer any questions. This is about the time that I wanted to set aside for this live. If you enjoyed these, if you want more frequent, if you want to be able to let me know what you want to learn how to do, and I can either do it live or prepare a video, let me know in the comments if this is helpful. If you enjoyed this, let me just kind of browse through some of the comments here real quick. Winston asks, can you save and store WishList settings to save on another build. Import export settings. I have a quick answer. I don't know if that's built in, but what you could do, and what I do for some of my clients, or like some industries I work in, is I create blueprints, which is basically a simple website that doesn't have any of the personalization built in, but it has all the plugins I want to work with. It has all the different things I need. And I use a tool called All-in-One WordPress Migration. That what I'm able to do is basically save that blueprint as a file. And then when I start a new website for a new client, I can just import that blueprint and then customize from there. But if you already have an existing website, don't do that because it'll override it. But that way works pretty well. Yep, Kim, it's streaming on YouTube too. Isn't that cool? I'm so proud of myself. All right, Bhavesh, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Milo asks, why don't I like Zapier anymore? Are there any drip features inside of WishList? Okay, cool. Zapier, personal preference. So my wife and I, our previous business, we started out doing a lot with Zapier. I had this awesome thing. I would every time I make a sale, I would record it in a Google spreadsheet. I'd do a pivot table. It had all these great analytics. But the problem with it, to me, is we had a lot of high volume, like low price, high volume stuff. And Zapier gets pricey pretty quickly. So there's that issue. And then I feel that my mental clarity is better if I don't have to worry about some third party trying to make sure all my other things work together. If there is a tighter integration, a first party integration, I always prefer that. Drip features. Yes, there are drip features. Content control, I believe it is. I don't use drip on my own side, on my own features, but I think if I decide to, let me do a page and let me select this page, edit it, protected, membership level, let's say membership B. I think there's drip. You know, I'm not 100%. Oh, look at that. Backup and site migration. So I think that answers your question earlier about importing, exporting settings. Looks like you can do that. But as far as drip, let me see here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, honestly. Requirements, additional settings. I'd be surprised if there's no way to do it. Let me see one. Oh, the 720p on YouTube is horrible. Shucks. Sorry about that. And then you also say, can you easily make the UI look better? So DN2Art, let me know more specifics of what you mean. Do you mean the UI on like the dashboard here or the UI up front? Because if you mean this, pretty much everything is totally up to you, like what you do. This is protecting just a page or a post, so you can customize the look and feel however you want to. What you might be wondering is like the login page, because that classic login page is pretty hideous, and that is also a feature. If I remember where it is, I think it's under other. No, maybe it's administration. Let's remember all this stuff. No, there is a place, maybe it's setup, where you can customize the look and feel of the login page. And I'm getting tired. I might not look for it anymore. But where you can basically design out your own login page, make it look like a more professional splash screen. Can I do this kind of tutorial for courses, integrating LearnDash? Sure, I can do that later on. Thank you, Victor, for the suggestion. And user experience. I think as you saw, you can do custom redirects based on the page. The user experience is really what you make of it. I mean, in a 1-hour tutorial where I really just wanted to show how these two tools can work together, I'm happy with the UI. But yes, I mean, long story short, really your imagination is the only limit in terms of what you can do with the user experience there. All right, I'm gonna answer a couple more questions. I'm gonna sign off because otherwise I gotta get some of the things done too. All right, this type of webinar is good for a quick overview. This was great, but it isn't a one-time watch because I need step-by-step detailed videos to set up the site. A detailed step-by-step on YouTube would be awesome. Okay, good to know, Andy. Let's see you build a 3-page consulting site with cart flows and ThriveCart, or a consulting site with WishList member cart flows. Cool. I'm going to keep all these ideas and put them onto my hopper, into my log. Another good overview of what is out there and how elements of a WordPress can all work efficiently and I don't even know what that word is. I think it means good. Work towards profitability together, enable more focus, development business. Oof. So comparing all this to HubSpot, good question. I know HubSpot is a more like enterprise level CRM. I can't give you my opinion on that. I've never used HubSpot professionally. I've used like their free version, and just because I've heard people talk about it, I truly don't know. But if a time comes when I can answer that, I will. All right, guys. So that is all I got for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this session. So what I'm hearing is the quality is kind of, in some ways it's good, in some ways it's not. I might do a different streaming service in the future. I'm not sure. I really like what I'm doing though. So thank you again. If you want more about this, like more stuff like this, feel free to shoot me an email, john@incomemesh.com, or leave a comment on the YouTube replay or anything like that. I'll also email out to my email list the replay instructions for you to get it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.